Subscribe to semperBKReactions.
Because when anybody from this community here, when they watch this video, they're going to be outraged. There's going to be hate. There's going to be anger. And you can't really be upset with them about it. semperBKReactions family, what's good? What's good? Listen, if you are new to the channel, I say it all the time. I don't know how you got here, but I sure appreciate it. Welcome. Hope you enjoy. If you get all the way to the end of the video, whether you like it or not, just like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Whether you like it or not, just go ahead and do that, and then don't watch anymore. If you don't like it, don't watch anymore. But do me that favor, like, comment, share, subscribe, right? You ain't got to watch it no more. But, you know, if you're feeling it, watch some other videos. And like I said, just support. To my returning subscribers, my returning followers, I say it all the time, but don't think that for 1 minute. I don't sincerely mean I appreciate the support. I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate everything. Thank you for being here. It's much appreciated. I ain't nobody, but you take time out your day, your week, whenever to give me a view, and I really appreciate that. Hey, yo, this is a case. This is from, I believe it was 2025, and I remember speaking to my homie Duval about this. I ain't gonna shout his name out like that. He like me. We don't want nobody really knowing our business like that. But these videos, when videos like this, shout out to police activity, because this is where I saw this video. When I saw it, I sent it to him, and I said, I don't need to follow this anymore, because this coward ass officer, he's going to prison. And I didn't even follow it anymore until I saw a news story about it. And I was like, oh shit, good. Finally, they're about to prosecute this piece of shit. I don't want to give away too much, but I will say this on a serious note. It's the bad officers like this, right? Which is few. We, like I say all the time, it's 97, 98% great officers. That 2 and 3% pieces of shit like this coward right here, it just shines a bad light, and it just puts this bad impression, bad opinion out there. And I say this too all the time. It's situations like this that will continue and always continue to divide any sort of relationship. It won't bridge. There's no gap to be bridged when things like this happen between the African American community and law enforcement. Because when anybody from this community here, when they watch this video, they're going to be outraged. There's going to be hate. There's going to be anger, and you can't really be upset with them about it. I'm giving away too much. Listen, because I care about my semperBKReactions family, I care about you wholeheartedly. I want you looking good whenever you going out for whatever special occasion, or if it's just a regular day, you out and about in the streets, you gotta cop something from here. Check this out. semperBKReactions family, watch. This is all you gotta do right here. Boom. semperBKClothing.com. You go over this website here. Look at that. Look at that. Brooklyn, what's good? I'm telling you, listen, you're gonna find something on this website that you like. Something for yourself. Something for a family member, a loved one, probably even for somebody you don't even like. But yo, go over to semperBKClothing.com. I got a promo code as well, semperBKReactions. Use that promo code at checkout to get a percentage off. semperBKClothing.com. All right, we're going to get into the video. I will just say, what an effing coward. No training, no tactics, just cowardly.
Is expected to be indicted by a grand jury for the shooting and killing of a man in 2025. Your investigator Brian Moss and your reporter in Aurora, Tori Mason, confirmed the developments from overnight. Now, your reporter Ashley Portillo is following this for you this morning. Ashley, in June of this year, the 18th Judicial District Attorney referred the case surrounding the shooting of Rajon Belt-Stubblefield to a grand jury.
Brian, good morning. And you also had Chief of Police Todd Chamberlain here with the Aurora Police Department, who has previously defended the officers' actions in this shooting, saying that Belt-Stubblefield appeared to be attempting to retrieve a gun he had initially tossed out of the window of his vehicle, but his family says the killing was unjustified. Now, in August of last year, an Aurora police officer was attempting to pull over 37-year-old Belt-Stubblefield. Now, Belt-Stubblefield denied not stop his vehicle and then ended up wrecking his vehicle just moments later. The Aurora Police Department then released body camera video showing Belt-Stubblefield tossing a handgun in a grassy field before a physical confrontation with the officer happened moments later. Now, in May, the 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office also announced it had referred the case to a grand jury to decide if the officer in the shooting would be charged. Now, sources close to the case and the city of Aurora both say the officer is expected to be indicted and face charges of second-degree murder as well as manslaughter. Now, this does not mean the officer is proven guilty, but it does mean the case will move forward with a trial. Now, the shooting also drew attention and reviewed scrutiny of the Aurora Police Department as the department does remain under a consent decree requiring reforms to its policing practices. Now, of course, this is a developing story. The indictment, the announcement on that indictment has not really been released, publicly announced, but a news conference is expected to happen later today as we continue.
All right, I want to get to my thoughts because if you watched this channel before, I don't take down notes. I'm not reading from anything. It's straight off the top here. I want to address something immediately. The chief of police for this police department, he's a piece of shit as well. Because for him to see the same body camera I saw on police activity, go over the police activity around the time this incident happened, so you can see the full video. For that chief to see the same video I saw, you're a piece of shit as well. And you are also an issue like this police officer. You too, as police officers like you, why the relationship will always be strained between the African American community and law enforcement. Okay, what y'all saw on the video, let's get right into it. What you saw on this video, right? You don't even really need to go over the police activity because what you saw in this video is exactly what happened. And I'm gonna fill in some other details. But when I say it's exactly what happened, all that man was doing, the suspect, essentially not what turned into the victim, right? But all the man was doing in the yellow shirt was just like that. He was walking the officer down with his fist up. Any police officer, former police officers like me, if you have been to a police academy, in these academies, all police recruits, whatever you want to call them, all of them, all men and women are taught about transitioning, right? And what I mean by that is, you may run into a situation, you may come up on a call where your firearm, to draw your firearm is merited. You should draw your firearm. But what happens, right? That situation may evolve and it may no longer require a firearm. So you have to either transition to hands-on, you may have to transition to your spray, your OC spray, your taser, right? It's gonna be with that offhand, or your ass baton. All police officers learn that in police academies, right? And I'm only speaking to academies that's at least 6 months long. Anything less than 6 months, that's kind of suspect. Unless you also, like I did, unless you go to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, which is also thorough. But that basic program for federal law enforcement officers, that's 3 months, but it's thorough. And that also teaches the importance of transitioning. Because I'm a lay this out right here. You police officers, right? It is 100% excessive force. You cannot shoot someone because they are approaching you to fight you. You cannot shoot someone when they are approaching you to fight you with fists, you cannot shoot them. That's why when I saw this last year, I said, oh yeah, this piece of shit is going to prison. Let me fill in some details. If you don't care to go search, because you may have to search a little bit. Police activity got a bunch of videos. If you don't care to go search, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. High speed chase, right? So the dude running from police, he crashed. I believe either the son was in the vehicle and got out as well, or the son was like in the area. So the dude crashed, he gets out. So the officer runs down on him, has his gun drawn. At that point, his gun out is 100% merited. Yeah, because you just had a high speed chase. That should have been a felony traffic stop, right? But he chose to run straight down on the vehicle. So he had his gun out, but the man started to walk away. And if I remember correctly, the man went over to his son, and either he gave the gun to his son, bars, not make it light of the situation. Either he gave the firearm to his son, or he, on video, he went over into some bushes and threw the gun. So at that point, he was no longer armed. That officer was there and saw all of this because he had the gun on him. He had the gun on him the entire time. So at that point, especially, we all see it, right? We all see it. When he's coming at him like this, there's no firearm in his hand. So that means you shouldn't have a firearm in your hand, you coward-ass police officer. That means you need to transition, right? I'm not saying you need to stand there and shoot the fair one with him. You don't need to put your fist up and go with him. Get your ass some space, right? Get some space. Keep that offhand up. You transition, put that firearm away. Go for your taser, go for your spray, go for that baton, and do what you got to do. But you cannot, and is 100% excessive force if you fire at him because he's walking towards you aggressively with fists up. But look, just don't take my word. Let's go to the gram factors. All right, severity of the crime, the seriousness of the offense the officer was responding to or investigating. It was serious when it was a high-speed chase. It was no longer serious to the point where a firearm needed to be still in the scene when the man was just walking towards him with his fist out. So in my opinion, number one is out. Immediate threat, whether the suspect posed an immediate physical threat to the safety of the officer or the public. So this one, I'm up in the air about, because he clearly is a coward. He is clearly that officer I've spoken about, right? That wasn't shit when they were growing up, were bullied, right? Were virgins to like they were in their 30s and 40s, obese, just had nothing going on, and all of that is okay. But what I say by that is he clearly looked scared as hell because this black dude, this big black man is coming towards him. So he's scared to death, right? So I guess somebody would say that was a coward like him. Oh yeah, there was immediate threat. The suspect did pose an immediate physical threat. But personally, I'm up in the air about that, but I would lean towards no. Because again, that coward could have transitioned. He could have either turned around. Well, no, you don't want to turn your back on the suspect, right? But he could have backpedaled a little faster, got some space, get that baton out. Transition, get that baton out. So for me, number two is out, but I can understand why for some people, number two may still be in. And resisting or evading, whether the suspect was actively fighting arrest or attempting to flee the scene. So yeah, he was doing all of those, right? He was doing all of those. But remember, these grand factors is based on the totality of the circumstances, right? And granted, we cannot judge officers based on hindsight 2020, but any living, logical human being can see that because a person is walking towards you with their fist balled up, right? Trying to fight, there is no way you are allowed to use deadly force on that person. It's so sad, man, because listen, I don't care what he was doing. As far as walking towards him, trying to fight him, he could have even took a swing at him. He could have swung at that coward officer and you still cannot open fire on him. All right, I'm gonna give you a scenario where, yeah, for sure, he could have opened fire. Let's say the dude was doing all that walking up with his fist balled up, right? Then he turned around and go back towards those bushes where the gun was, right? Yeah. There's a situation right there where deadly force definitely can be used. And you know what else I just thought about too? He killed that man in front of his son. That was his son that was out there, right? If you look back at that video, and again, you go over the police activity, watch the full video, there's a young man there, that's his son. And like I said, I can't remember. I don't care about what he did with the gun. You know what's most important about that gun? He didn't have it. He didn't have it at the moment he started to approach the officer. And that's big. So if you ask me, I'd be willing, we could do a low friendly bet in the comment section. I bet you he gonna be convicted of second-degree murder. 100%. He will be convicted. I take that back. You know why? I don't know about Aurora. I don't know. Somebody fill me in, because I'm quite sure I don't think the African-American community, the percentage is too high out there. I don't know. I'm just assuming. It's Colorado. Why I bring that up? The jury. The problem we have in my community, the African-American community, we don't register to vote, right? So when you don't register to vote, you can't be called for jury duty. So a jury of his peers, it may be a bunch of old white men and women, and you already know he's gonna be found not guilty, right? Look what happened with Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? But this is a sad situation, and we can already assume that community, especially that community right there, that wherever that brother, his community, wherever community he come from, there's gonna be no trust for law enforcement. And it's so sad because, and you know what else I think about? I wonder what other use of force, like maybe complaints or use of force situations that officer has gotten into, where he probably used excessive force and got away with it. Anytime some shit like this happen, I think about the officer's past, right? So yo, semperBKReactions family, we're gonna leave that one right there. And this is big news. It was big news last year when it happened, and it's big news. It's out again. I'm quite sure when this trial starts, if this coward, punk ass police officer, if he doesn't take a plea, when this trial starts, it'll be back in the media. And I'm gonna do some follow-up videos. If they come back out in the media with this, I'm gonna do some follow-up videos because I think his ass needs to be thrown under the jail. And if I were to be asked how much time he should get, I would say at least 20 years. Yeah, even if he's convicted of second-degree murder, at least 20 years. Because there's no, I said this before too. There's certain things as a police officer you cannot do. And this is one of them. You cannot feel that your life is in that much jeopardy with somebody coming at, unless it's some MMA, cauliflower ear, Mike Tyson combination person coming at you. There's no reason why you feel like you should feel like you have to shoot when somebody's coming at you like this, man. Ain't no damn excuse for that. So like I said, I hope they throw this dude under the jail. And me personally, in my personal opinion, let's debate about it in the comment section. I am the eye for an eye individual, even when it's cops. And when I say I'm an eye for eye individual, you take somebody's life, your life should be up out of here. That's just my opinion. We can respectfully debate about it in the comment section. And for you keyboard warriors, you thumb thugs, you know, the people them that you're behind your computer and you're feeling strong with the chips all over your shirt, don't try to get disrespectful in the comment section because you won't get any kind of attention. All right, so just save it, go disrespect somewhere else. For my respectable semperBKReactions family, let's debate about it. I'm like a life for a life. That if it was up to me, that police officer should be put on death row. That's just my opinion. There was no excuse for what he did. If you scary, go work at Walmart. Go be a greeter. That could even be dangerous too. But if you scary, start your own business or do something else. If you scared of black people just because they black, you don't need to be no police officer, especially in Aurora. Clearly there's some black people. I saw some black people in the background too, right? You need to go to, I don't even know about, what about Utah? Or I don't know, yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. You need to go be a police officer over there. North Dakota, South Dakota, because if just the presence of a black person scares you to the point where you gotta take your gun out and shoot them because they coming at you with their fist up, you're in the wrong line of work. I hope they bury this dude under the jail. All right, let's talk about it in the comment section. And let's talk about it in the comment section. Let's also go over right here, semperbkclothing.com. Go over there. You're gonna see something you like. You like something? I got a see that Marine Corps knife hand of love, right? I got a promo code for you. See the promo code right there? semperBKReactions. It's one word, one love. Stay safe. Peace.